What's up, Tipsies? It is Twyla's Tipsy Travels, and I'm back. I am back in Arizona. Basically, this is going to be another episode of the Bachelorette Round, Brown, and Abroad. And I'm going to try to keep it as short and sweet as possible. Most of the details, I do have plans to write a memoir, and there is quite a few things that I did not talk about because, I don't know, to talk about it on camera, it's, you know, a little scary. It's just putting me out there like that. But I feel like writing down my experience dating abroad and having people read it in private, I don't know, it just makes me feel better. So I am going to try my hand at writing a memoir, and I will try to write it like how I write my normal erotic romances. So yeah, it's gonna have some details. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, I'm back. My face is a hot mess. Just, you know, trying to change up routines and different climates. My face just decided to lose its mind, so ignore that. And I'm trying to get lighting right and everything. I just can't find the right light. I can't find the right light, but that's okay. So anyway, let's do this. Whew, so an update. I had to remove 2 videos because by special request and dedication from someone I am no longer speaking to, didn't want anything to do with my vlog and being talked about on my vlog. And so he will now be called He Who Shall Not Be Named. So it's just a hot mess. But there was a guy that I was talking to that at first I called #Mister BiPoly. I realized he was not bi. I misunderstood something he said. And so, but he is poly, that is for sure. Poly meaning polyamorous, meaning being in relationships with multiple people, but not having, you know, sister wives, not like live-in significant others, but yeah. So, but I have renamed him TinMan because he has oh so much heart, and he made my last days in Scotland amazing. So for a while there, I didn't put out too many videos because not a whole lot was going on. I was seeing TinMan. I met him and we went and had coffee together the first time and talked for about a good 2-3 hours, which was great. And then a week later, no, not even a week later, we met on like a Monday or a Tuesday for coffee. And then on Friday, we went to dinner at a Mediterranean place, and it was quite nice. Yeah, and it was quite enjoyable. But he was also going through a breakup, and you know, and I think he needed someone to take his mind off of things, and I was dealing with being hurt by Sir. Because he and I, like, it just blew up and we were no longer speaking. So nothing was really happening, and it was really boring, and I was kind of blah. My days were coming to an end, and so I did not do much like for the month of October. After I got back from Oktoberfest, I was just kind of a bum, and I packed on a few pounds while being a bum. So anyway, basically in one weekend, like everything just everything happened. Sir contacted me again after not having contacted me for over a month, and let's just say it did not go over well, and I thought way way better of him than what he actually is. And we are absolutely no longer speaking at all. And that happened on a Friday, and I was just destroyed on a Friday. On Saturday, I had told TinMan about this, and he like picked up the ball and ran with it. He was so amazing. Saturday, we had a 12-hour day together. We met up for breakfast, and then after breakfast, that's all I'm gonna say about that. And then we cuddled, and I told him about what happened with Sir, and yes, I caught feelings and I should not have, but I started tearing up, and he's like kissing me and wiping away tears. I mean, just so adorable. Then we went and grabbed some sandwich wraps, and he rented a car from his car club. And then we went off into the countryside, and he took me to the university that he went to in this cute town. And we saw some, like a castle ruins and a cathedral ruins. He showed me some buildings in his university. Then we saw this adorable tavern on the way out, and we stopped there and went inside. And I mean, this tavern was like centuries old, and sat at the bar next to a roaring fire as I had a beer and he had a ginger beer, which, non-alcoholic, and sat and chatted. And I mean, it was so great. And then after that, we came back to Edinburgh, and then we went to a nice Italian restaurant and had dinner. And I mean, it was just an amazing day after such heartbreak the day before. And then on Sunday, I ended up hurting the feelings of he who shall not be named, and he snapped on me. And then the way he came across after I apologized, he just came across like it was just kind of arrogant and whatever. But anyway, he doesn't want me to talk about him, so I'm not going to talk about him. And I'm no longer talking to him. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was just such a roller coaster of ridiculousness. So then, after that, it was just kind of solidified that TinMan and I would just spend my final, weeks together. And so after our 12-hour date, then he invited me over for dinner, and here's a picture of that. And he cooked me dinner, and I watched him cook me dinner, and like, this man is no stranger to cooking. He's a vegetarian, and the meal that he made was delicious. Oh my God, it was so good. And I don't know, he was just on it. He was on it. And then we went out again, and this time we went out with his other girlfriend. It was a double date, but instead of a regular traditional double date, it was him and his two ladies, essentially. And I mean, nothing happened. There was nothing like that, but it was a great time. It was an absolutely great time. We went and had drinks at one bar, then moved to another bar and had drinks and dinner, and then moved to another like real snazzy bar and had some more drinks, and like he paid for all of this. I'm just like you get guys who are like, I don't want to pay for dates or whatever, and this dude took out 2 women. It was great though. And like, we just had really great conversation or whatever, and like, he did show affection to both of us. And I don't know, it was just like, poly isn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, especially if you go into it knowing the deal. Like, you go into it knowing that this is how the relationship goes. I feel like your head is set up for it. Anyway, and I'm just not that jealous-minded of a person. So. And then after that, I did have my birthday, And I got my nose pierced. I'm sorry, forgot about that. I got my nose pierced for my 40th birthday. Woo woo! And unfortunately, he had an event to go to that he wasn't able to celebrate with me. And plus, I was not feeling well. My lady time had come, and I was ill, and it was raining. It was just not good. I went to the movies with my flatmates, and that was it. I had a few drinks at home. Oh, and my flatmates made me dinner. That was it. I couldn't really do much because I was not feeling it. But the next day, my last day, last Friday, actually, it was a week from today, he then took me out to dinner one last time, and then after that went back to his place and just, cuddled. Oh, and he gave me a really great head massage. Just cuddled and gave me a great head massage, and it was just like, and I tried to keep it together because I was tearing up because, he's a really great guy. Like, I don't, not saying that it was like this crazy love match, but like, I just really like him as a human being. He is incredible. And so I was sad to go. So, basically, just to wrap up the Bachelorette round, brown, and abroad, there was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of good times, a lot of funny times, a lot of WTF moments like Toothless Wonder. And there was heartbreak, and there was joy, and there was just, I swear it had to have been a bit of everything that I experienced while dating. And although I didn't come out with a relationship, which I kind of didn't believe that I would anyway, but what I did gain at the end there was that TinMan showed me that I am deserving of all those things. Of a guy who makes me feel like when I am with him, that I am the only person in the world, which is pretty amazing considering he's dating more than one person. Like, how is it that this man can make me feel like I'm the only woman in the world when some guys are dealing with you're their only focus and they suck at it. It's incredible. But, to treat me like I'm the only woman in the world that will cook for me, that will, when I am hurting or sad, be there to be a shoulder, to be a distraction, like willing to do sweet things for me in times of need, or in times of celebration, like that, and someone who is attentive and understands the female body, and such. Like, basically, I learned that I deserve all that, and that it's nice to have all that, and I missed having all that. I don't know if I ever really had all that. So, and I know that it's possible, and I know that it's out there for me, because I know that if he's like that, then there's got to be at least one other dude that's out there that's like that. But for all of our sake, all of us single ladies out there, I hope that there are multiple men like that. We just have to find them. So yeah. So that's the end of my dating journey, at least Scotland-wise. Who knows on my next journey. So, signing off from the Bachelorette Round, Brown, and Abroad. Hopefully sometime soon I will be able to have a memoir out of everything that happened. We'll see. But it was awesome entertaining you all. And I love you. And as always, stay tipsy, my friends.